Welcome to English Up. This is Mohammed Nabil and this is our second video in the new series to help you enhance your teaching skills. Well, we started with the foundational principles of teaching. Today we are going to talk about how to make the meaning clear. So far we have discussed how learning a language can be a delicious experience. But teachers can hurt this experience without using proper techniques. Please understand, if you can't make information simple and understood, there is no way that learners will be able to learn. Now let's talk about good teacher technique in general. I'm sure that if we gave you a minute, you could think of great teachers you have had, who use all kinds of techniques to communicate information clearly. Your great teachers probably used whiteboards, PowerPoint presentations, diagrams, maybe even metaphors. All of these, when done well, can help foster communication and making meaning clear. In fact, whether your teachers knew this consciously or not, they were presenting information that was just right for your brain to process. They were teaching within a zone that wasn't too hard and not too easy. As Lev Vygotsky, a Russian psychologist, explains, teachers should be aware of three different learner zones. Number one, what the learner can already do. Two, what the learner cannot do. And three, what the learner can do without guidance from the teacher. He calls the third zone the proximal development, or the sweet spot. Because cake is the most delicious when you are teaching within this zone. Stephen Krashen, an ESL theorist, has a similar theory called the input hypothesis. This hypothesis states that learners need to receive the input that is just beyond their current understanding in order to grow. Just a little bit hard, just a little bit new. He calls it I+1, which means input plus new information. Now let's talk about what happens when you don't teach in this sweet spot. Let me show you an example. Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about animal. Please repeat after me. This is a dog. A dog. Dog. This is a cat. A cat. A cat. In this situation, you understand all the concepts the teacher is explaining. So it's simply put, boring. Krashen called this I+0, which means that the input is completely understood by the students, but no learning is taking place. So, to sum it up, we don't want to share information that is too high or too low. We want to provide information at the I+1 level. Just new enough that is challenging, but not so hard that it is overwhelming. You have to find that sweet spot and help students by breaking down information, going to the correct speed, and using techniques to help students understand concepts that without you, they would not understand. So now we're going to talk about three different techniques to help you reach your students better and enhance your skills as a teaching professional. The first technique is the body language. This technique could be what students in the Embody and Rosenthal study were noticing when they were observing teacher. There's so much a teacher can do to help learners understand through the hands, eyes, and movement in the classroom. In fact, some researchers put the level of nonverbal communication as high as 80% of all communication. There were some other researches that were noted for a 7, 38, and 55 rule, supposedly denoting how much communication is conferred by words, tone, and body language. And did you know that in the language classroom, a teacher who turns his or her back to the students while talking is 3 times more likely to be misunderstood than a teacher who faces the students? Well, this is because most of nonverbal communication comes from the arms and the face. Body language and movement can also be used to help students make connections with specific vocabulary. While body language is a simple technique, please take a minute minute to recognize that body language is an essential, integral, and necessary part of your teaching.